What is up, mathletes? Welcome back to another episode of Math with Dr. Math on this beautiful, dark, rainy day. Have you ever wondered about exponential functions? Have you ever wondered about logarithmic functions? Yeah, me neither. So stick around and I'll teach you all about it. Alright, so if you watched our videos leading up to this, you would have already copied this down, that when you have log form here, that's the same thing as me rewriting this into exponential form. So this transforms into b to the y equals x. So we're going to get practice on, before we dive into solving problems, is we're going to get practice using the definition that we copied down in the other videos. Alright, so let's go ahead and use this. So question 1, write the equation in exponential form. Log base b of 81 equals 4. So notice, we need our base. We'll start off with our base. So our base is 3. And what I like doing is drawing a little map. So this is our base, and this is our exponent. So that 4 becomes our exponent. So this becomes our exponent. All right. And what that equals is it equals that argument, the 81. So equals 81. So whenever they give you logarithmic form here, right, whenever they give us this form, by definition, this is equal to, it's equivalent to the base raised to the exponent, and it's always equal to the argument, because let's read this in a different way. This is really saying 3 raised to what power gives me this 81. That's what I'm really thinking about, right? And it makes sense. Let's read that. 3 raised to what power equals 81. So it makes sense that this should be 4, right? Because 3 to the 4th power is 81. All right, let's do another one. All right, we're just getting comfortable here. So take a seat, sit back, relax. All right, let me come at you from a different angle. All right, so now our base is 7. So let's rewrite that. So this is our base. And now it's raised to the power of 0. So it's raised to the power of 0. And what it's going to be equal to, draw 2 lines to represent equal to, it's going to be equal to 1. And let's see if this makes sense. 7 raised to what power gives me 1? Well, the only way for this to equal 1 is for my exponent, right? The exponent's always by itself. The exponent has to be 0. So this does make sense. So again, this is what we call logarithmic, logarithmic form. And what I did here is I changed it to exponential form. All right, and that's what we're doing. We're getting comfortable going from one format to the other, because sometimes it's going to be easier to solve using one format versus the other. We'll take a look shortly. Be patient. Alright, so let's get to our most important part here. Just kidding. We are going to now go and notice these are written in exponential form. So we're going to go from exponential form to logarithmic form. And here I have a little, not a summary, but I really wanted to have some type of format to help you out. So I'm going to write it in log format. So I'm going to have the log, and my little number right here, my subscript, is going to be my base. It's going to represent my base. And my argument, which is going to be that 81, that's what's going in here. And it's always going to equal our exponent, because that's what a log represents, is we're looking for the exponent. And so the exponent is going to go here. So let's go ahead and transform this to logarithmic form. So let me start off by writing log our base, right? We say our base is 3. So our base is 3. And our argument, right, is what it equals, is 81. So our argument goes right there. Right? And please make sure when you're writing these that the subscript, you make it small, right? So don't make these the same size. This is not 3 raised to the 81st power, right? This is log subscript 3, right? This is our base of 81. Log base 3 of 81. And what does it equal? Well, it's going to equal what it represents. And this represents our exponent. So 3 raised to what power gives me 81? So that's what a log represents, is an exponent. In this case, the exponent is 4, because 3 raised to that 4th power gives me 81. All right, so there's our first example. Let's do another one, all right, since I have you here, and you're going nowhere. All right, so let's do one that's a little bit more complicated. 1/5 raised to the negative 1st power, and let's say that's equal to 5. All right, so again, I want to rewrite this into logarithmic form. That's my goal. So I have log, and this time my base is a little funny for some of us because our base happens to be a fraction. Don't change the rules just because we have a fraction. The rules don't change. So our base happens to be a fraction. And it could be whatever positive number we want except 1. Remember? So, and our argument here, notice our argument is 5. So now I'm asking you the question of 1/5 raised to what power gives me 5? Let me write this off to the side so we could see. 1/5 raised to what power equals 5? Well, notice, in order to get this 5 moved to the top, right, in order to really flip this, because these are the reciprocal of each other, that's telling me my exponent needs to be negative. And so that's why this makes sense for my exponent to be negative. And then I ask myself, 5 raised to what power gives me 5? Well, that's why we see our answer being -1. Right? So it makes sense. So this now, my friends, is logarithmic form. All right? Hopefully that makes sense. So again, all we're doing right now is getting comfortable before we dive in and solve exponential and logarithmic equations. So get ready. Get your popcorn ready. It's coming. All right, mathletes, so hopefully now you feel a little bit more comfortable in going from exponential form to logarithmic form, and from logarithmic form to exponential form. Next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be evaluating logs. All right, so that'll be the next video coming your way. And again, the only way for you to get better at this is for you to practice, make mistakes, right? If you have more questions, comment down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time, YouTube gang.